My beloved child, stop for a moment. Do not rush away. Let the numbers running in your head settle down for a moment, because I know there are days you wake up and the first thing you think of is not a dream, but money, rent, electricity, bill, water bill, food, tuition, medicine, money for family. The bills to pay just keep coming. And you look at the amount of money you have and ask yourself, how can I have enough until the end of the month? My beloved child, I know that question. I know the times you open your bank account and fall silent. I know the times you hold a bill in your hand and start calculating. I know the times you want to buy a necessary thing but have to put it down because you know you still have too many things to take care of. I know the times you receive your salary and just a short time later you look back and ask yourself, where did all my money go? You do not spend extravagantly. You do not live excessively. You are just trying to meet too many needs with an income that seems increasingly small. My child, perhaps in the past that amount was enough, but now it is no longer so. Prices change, costs increase, family has additional responsibilities, unexpected needs appear, and your income seems to stand still. You try, you work, you save, you cut back, but there are still months you feel like you are running without moving forward. I know, I have seen, my beloved child. There are money worries you do not tell anyone. You still smile, still go to work, still say, I am fine. But when you return home, you start calculating. You think about next month. You think about unpaid bills. You think about those depending on you. And there are nights you lie down, but your mind refuses to rest. You ask yourself, what if there is an unexpected expense this month? What if there is a problem at work? What if I do not earn enough? What if I cannot take care of my family? My child, I know your deepest fear is not just not having enough money. The deeper fear is, if I am not capable, do I still have value? Listen to me very carefully. Yes, you still have value. Your value does not lie in a bank account, does not lie in your salary, does not lie in the car you drive, does not lie in the house you live in, does not lie in how much money you have left at the end of the month. You have value because you are you. My beloved child, I do not look at you as a number. People may look at your income. They may judge you by your job. They may compare you with others. They may ask, how much is your salary? Do you have a house yet? Do you have a car yet? When will things get better? Those questions can make your heart heavier, but I do not ask you those things. First, I look at your heart. I see how hard you have tried. I see the times you woke up, even though you were very tired. I see the days you still went to work when your heart was full of worry. I see you trying to take care of those you love. I see the amounts you sacrificed so others could be better off. I see, my child, do not be ashamed, because you are going through a difficult season. A season of lack does not define your whole life. A difficult month does not mean your future will always be difficult. A debt does not mean you are a failure. A low income does not mean you are a person of lesser value. And needing help does not mean you are weak. You are still learning. You are still maturing. You are still finding a way. You still have opportunities to change. My beloved child, but I also want you to be honest with yourself. Do not use faith to avoid reality. Do not say, I will just ignore it. God will take care of everything, and then refuse to look at what you can change. Faith does not mean you do not need to act. Faith means you do not act in panic, but walk with wisdom and trust. If income is not enough, look back. If spending exceeds your ability, adjust. If you can learn an additional skill, learn. If there is a suitable job opportunity, consider it. If you need reliable financial advice, seek it. If you need support from family or community, do not let pride stop you from receiving legitimate help. I want you to both pray and act. My child, I do not want the fear of money to become the master of your mind. Because when you are too afraid, you can make hasty decisions. You might borrow an unsuitable loan. You might buy something you don't need just to feel you are not inferior to others. You might accept a job that exhausts you just out of panic. You might trade your peace just to prove that you are still fine. Stop. Breathe, my child. I want you to think with calmness. I want you to look at what you have. What is a need? What can be delayed? What can be cut back? What needs to be prioritized? What can you change? And what is beyond your control? Place each thing before me. Do not try to resolve your entire life in one night. Step by step, my beloved child. If these words speak exactly to your situation, if you are also worrying about income, about bills, about your family's future, write Amen in the comments section. Let Amen not be a plea for money. Let it be a declaration of faith. Lord, I am worrying, but I do not want worry to control me. Please grant me the wisdom, strength, and peace to step through this season. My child. If you want to continue receiving messages that help you strengthen faith, hope, and peace amidst difficult seasons, follow the channel and turn on notifications. But I want you to remember one thing. Do not just listen, act. After you finish listening to this message, take a quiet period of time to review your situation. No self-blame, no panic, no comparison, just honesty. And then ask me, Lord, what is my next step? My beloved child, perhaps today you do not have an answer yet. It's okay. You do not need to know the entire path. You only need to know the next step. And I want you to know that the current financial problem is not your whole life story. Do not let a number make you forget who you are. Do not let a difficult month make you lose hope. Do not let bills make you think that I have forgotten you. I haven't forgotten. I am here. I know. I see. I listen. And I want to talk to you more about how you can face this season without letting fear swallow the peace in your heart. Because what I am about to say next is very important. I want you to understand that sometimes what exhausts you is not just the lack of money, but that you have had to carry that worry alone for too long, my beloved child. Do not leave. I still want to speak to you, my beloved child. Stay with me a little longer, because I want to speak of what perhaps you have tried to hide for a very long time. You are tired, not just tired because of work, not just tired because you have to wake up every day, but tired because in your head there is always a calculation, a number, an amount to pay, a pending responsibility, an unexpected thing you fear will happen. My child, there are people who see you and think you are still fine. You still go to work, still laugh, still talk, still complete your work, still appear before everyone as if nothing is wrong. But they do not know what happens when you return home. They do not know there are evenings you open your phone, look at your account, and fall silent. They do not know you have calculated an expense over and over. They do not know you wanted to buy something very necessary, but then told yourself, never mind, let's wait until next month. They do not know there are things you need but must delay. They do not know how many times you have said, "It's okay," while inside you are very worried. I know. I have seen. My beloved child. I know the feeling of receiving your salary, and before you can be happy for long, having to divide it into portions. This portion for rent. That portion for electricity and water. A part for food, a part for family, a part for obligations that cannot be delayed. Then you look at the remaining part, and it is too small. You ask yourself, "What will I do?" My child, perhaps you once hoped next month would be easier. But next month comes with new expenses. A car needs fixing. An item in the house needs replacing. A tuition fee. A relative needs help. A payment you cannot avoid. And you start calculating from the beginning again. That is what exhausts you. Not just because of a bill, but because of the feeling of never being able to breathe. My beloved child, I know there are times you look at others and ask yourself, why do they seem to live more easily? Why can they buy those things? Why can they travel? Why do they have houses, cars, savings? While I keep having to calculate every amount. My child, do not let what you see on the outside lead you to conclude that the lives of others are more perfect than yours. You do not know what they are carrying. You only see the part they let you see. Do not use a few minutes on a screen to compare with your entire life. Perhaps the person you think is very abundant is also carrying pressures you do not know. Perhaps they are in debt. Perhaps they are worrying. Perhaps they are lonely. Perhaps they are also trying to keep everything from collapsing. My child, I want you to stop comparing, because comparing does not increase your account. It only makes your heart heavier. It makes you feel inferior. It makes you want to buy things you don't need just to feel you are not left behind. It makes you judge your value by what others possess. I do not want you to live like that, my beloved child. I know you have very great responsibilities. Perhaps you are the one the family often turns to when they need help. Perhaps you always think, I must be strong. I cannot complain. I must manage. I cannot let others down. And you just carry it all. Alone, you do not want your loved ones to worry. You do not want them to know that you yourself are also afraid. You do not want to be seen as weak. But my child, you do not need to pretend to be strong before me. Speak truthfully. Lord, I am tired. I worry. I don't know what to do. I fear there isn't enough money. I fear the future. I fear I cannot care for the people I love. Speak. I do not turn my back when you are honest, my child. Perhaps you have thought that if you have faith, you must not worry. But you are still human. You can worry. You can fear. You can be tired, and still can trust me. Faith is not pretending that the problem does not exist. Faith is looking straight at the problem and saying, this is difficult, but I do not want to face it alone. My beloved child, I want you to understand that you do not need to deny the circumstances. You need to face them with a calm heart. If income is not enough, admit it. If expenses are too high, look into them. If there is a debt, find a way to handle it step by step. If you need to increase income, seek opportunities. If you need to learn more, learn. If you need to cut back, cut back. If you need to ask a reliable person for help, be humble. There is nothing shameful when you are trying to rebuild your life, my child. I do not want you to borrow just to maintain an image. Do not buy a thing you cannot afford just out of fear of others' judgment. Do not try to live a life beyond your means to prove that you are successful. Do not let pride cause you to step into unwise financial decisions. Peace is more important than appearance, my beloved child. Perhaps you need to learn to say, "Currently I cannot afford it." That saying does not make you small. It shows you are being honest. You do not need to have everything right now. You do not need to live like others. You need to live appropriately for your circumstances and responsibilities. My child, I want you to remember one thing. A season of lack is not a sentence for a whole life. Today may be hard, but you do not know what tomorrow will be like. What you can do is be faithful with today. Work well. Manage what you have. Learn. Seek opportunities. Pray. Keep your heart in peace. And avoid decisions made purely out of panic. My beloved child, if you are carrying financial pressure that you have never told anyone, let me be the first place you are honest. Say to me, "Lord, I am very worried. Please do not let fear make me lose wisdom. Please show me what I need to do next." If that is your prayer, write Amen. Let Amen be a milestone, not, "Lord, please give me lots of money," but, "Lord, please give me wisdom, peace, and strength to step through this." My child, if these words are helping you view your circumstances from a different perspective, follow the channel and turn on notifications to continue accompanying messages about faith, hope, and peace. But I want you to do one more thing. After you finish listening, sit down and write out the things making you worry. Do not keep everything in your head. Write them out. Look at each one. Then ask, what can I change? What do I need to learn? What do I need to cut back? What do I need to ask others to support? And what do I need to hand over to you? My beloved child, you do not need to resolve everything in one night. One step, then another step. I do not want you to run in panic. I want you to walk in wisdom. And there is one more thing I want you to understand. Perhaps the biggest problem is not that you have too little money. Perhaps what hurts you most is that you have started to think you are not good enough because you do not earn enough money. My child, do not believe that saying, "You are not valued by your salary. You are not valued by your balance. You are not valued by what you can buy. You have value even in the season you are lacking." And in the next part, I want to talk to you about a very important thing. Why are there seasons, you ask, for change? But first, I want to teach you how to be at peace amidst unchanging circumstances. My beloved child, stay with me. I haven't finished speaking yet. My beloved child, listen to me very carefully. I know the first thing you often think when money is no longer enough is, "Lord, why won't you help me?" You pray, you wait, you work, you try to save, but the numbers still do not change as fast as you desire. And in the long nights, you might ask yourself, "Does God not hear me? Did I do something wrong? Is my faith not enough? Has He forgotten me?" My beloved child, no, do not let circumstances cause you to conclude that I have abandoned you. Lack is not proof that I am not with you. A difficult season is not proof that you are not loved, and a prayer without an immediate answer does not mean I am not listening. I am still here, my child. I know you want a fast answer. You want me to open a door immediately. You want an opportunity to appear. You want your income to increase. You want a sudden sum of money to solve everything. I understand that desire. But I want you to learn a deeper thing. Peace is not a reward only for the day you have enough money. Peace is what I want to build in you even when circumstances are not yet perfect. My beloved child, if your peace only exists when the account has enough money, then, every time the balance decreases, your heart will collapse again. If your value depends on your income level, every time work faces difficulties, you will think you failed. If your hope only relies on circumstances, every closed door will make you despair. But I want you to have a deeper foundation. I want you to learn to trust, not believing that everything will certainly happen exactly as you want, but believing that even if you do not know how tomorrow will be, I still do not abandon you, my child. There are seasons. I do not change circumstances immediately, not because I do not care, but because while you are waiting for an outward change, there are things inside you that also need to be formed: patience, wisdom, discipline, gratitude, the ability to manage, the ability to say no, the ability to distinguish needs and wants, the ability to work in silence, the ability to stand firm when there are no results yet. My beloved child, you may be asking, Lord, please give me more. But I might also be teaching you, manage well what you currently have. You may be asking for a big opportunity, but I want you to be faithful with the small opportunity in front of you. You may be asking for a new source of income, but I want you to learn a new skill. You may be asking for an open door, but I want you to prepare so that when that door appears, you can step through with wisdom. My child, do not despise the season of preparation. A tree does not grow in one night. A harvest season does not appear without a planting season. There are things that need time. There are changes that need step by step. There are lessons that only come when you experience real circumstances. And I know you do not like to wait. I know. But waiting is not necessarily wasted time. If you use that time to mature, it can become an important part of your journey. My beloved child, I also want you to discard a thought. If I encounter financial difficulties, I have certainly failed, adult. No, there are hard-working people who still encounter difficulties. There are kind people who still go through seasons of lack. There are good families that still have very difficult months. There are people who work a lot, but income is still not enough. A person's financial situation cannot tell the whole story of that person. Do not condemn yourself. Look at reality, then do what you can do. My child, if you are in debt, face the debt instead of running away. If you are overspending, honestly review. If you need to increase income, look for suitable possibilities. If you need to learn more, start step by step. If you need help, seek out reliable people. If you need rest to be able to continue working sustainably, give yourself time. Wisdom is also a part of faith, my beloved child. I do not want you to pray in panic. I want you to pray in honesty. Say, Lord, I do not know what to do. Please show me. I am afraid. Please grant peace. I haven't seen a solution yet. Please grant me wisdom to recognize the next step. That is a beautiful prayer, because you are not pretending to be strong. You are placing your weakness in my hands. My child, if these words are touching you, write Amen. Write, Lord, I do not know what the future will be like yet, but I choose to trust you today. Let that word become a reminder for the days you worry again. When you look at your account and are afraid, remember, that number is not your identity. When you receive a bill and worry, remember, you can still be calm and find a solution. When others have more, remember, their journey is not the measure of your life. My beloved child, I do not want you to live carelessly. I also do not want you to live in fear. I want you to live between two things: responsibility and trust. Do your part, and hand the part you cannot control to me. Save when you can, plan when necessary. Work with faithfulness. Seek opportunities with wisdom, but do not let your heart be enslaved by money. My child, money is a tool. It is not your master. You may need money, but you do not need to let money decide who you are. You can desire a better life, but you do not need to hate your current life just because it is not yet what you desire. Be grateful while still striving to move forward. My beloved child, if today you can only do one thing, do it with peace. If you can only resolve one amount, resolve that amount. If you can only save a little, start from a little. If you can only learn one new thing, learn that thing. If you can only pray for a few minutes, pray sincerely. Do not despise small steps. A small step, repeated with faithfulness, can create a big change over time. My child, I know you want everything to change right away, but I want you to remember, delay does not mean rejection, and silence does not mean I am absent. Perhaps you do not yet see what is being formed, but you can still choose to trust. My beloved child, I haven't promised you that you will never encounter financial difficulties. I also do not want you to understand faith as a guarantee that all money problems will disappear. But I want you to know a more certain thing. You do not have to face this season alone. I can grant you wisdom. I can use a person to help you. I can open a suitable opportunity. I can help you realize a thing you have never seen. And even if the path ahead is not clear, I can still lead you step by step. My beloved child, stay with me. Because in the next part, I want to go deeper into the very problem you are facing. When income is not enough, what do you need to change, what to keep, and what to let go of to step into a new season with wisdom instead of fear? Do not leave. I still want to show you the next step. My beloved child, now I want you to calm down. Do not look at your financial situation with panicked eyes. Look at it with awareness. You do not need to pretend that everything is fine. If your income is no longer enough, honestly admit it. No shame, no self-blame, no running away. Because only when you dare to look straight at reality can you begin to change what needs changing. My child, perhaps for a long time you have tried to endure. You thought, then everything will be better. And you continued to spend as before. Continued to keep old habits. Continued to say that next month will be different. But then next month comes, and the pressure is still there. My beloved child, I want you to understand one thing. Prayer does not replace wisdom. You can pray and still need to plan. You can trust me and still need to review your spending. You can hope for the future and still need to act today. Faith does not make you close your eyes to reality. Faith helps you face reality without being ruled by fear. My child, start with a very simple thing. Look at where your money is going. No need to be complicated. No need to be ashamed. Just be honest. There are amounts you absolutely must pay. There are amounts necessary for family. There are amounts that can be reduced. And there are also amounts you might have spent just out of habit. I do not want you to feel guilty about every penny you have spent. I want you to clearly understand how you are using what you have, because what you do not see is very hard for you to change. My beloved child, perhaps you will discover small amounts that you previously thought insignificant. A subscription, a shopping habit, a few times eating out, items bought out of emotion, expenses made so as not to feel inferior to others. Each amount might be very small, but when added up, they can become a surprising number. My child, do not let advertising tell you that you need an expensive life to have a good life. Do not let social media make you think happiness must go with new items. Do not let others decide the standard of living you must pursue. You do not need to prove your value by the things you possess. If today you cannot afford something, have the courage to say, "Currently, I do not need this." That is not a failure. That is maturity. My beloved child, I want you to learn to distinguish need and want. There are things you want immediately, but not everything you want needs to be had right away. Learn to wait, learn to delay a desire to protect a more important need. That is a form of self-mastery, and self-mastery can bring you a kind of peace that momentary shopping cannot. My child, but I also do not want you to only focus on cutting back, because sometimes the problem is not that you spend too much. Sometimes the income truly is not enough. And when that is the case, you need to look at the other side of the equation. How to increase the ability to generate income. My beloved child, perhaps you need to learn a skill. Perhaps you need to improve your expertise. Perhaps you need to find a more suitable job. Perhaps you need to talk to your manager about development opportunities. Perhaps you have an ability that you never thought could generate extra income. Perhaps you need to start with a small side job. As long as it aligns with your health, responsibilities, and circumstances, I do not say that every opportunity is for you. Be cautious. Do not, out of a desperate need for money, believe in every get-rich-quick promise. Do not put what you have into decisions you do not understand. Do not take on debt just because someone tells you the profit is certain. Desperation can make you easily led astray. Slow down, verify, ask professionals. Think, pray, my child. I want you to remember. Wisdom is not always doing more. Sometimes wisdom is knowing what to stop: an expense, a habit, a commitment, a life trying to please everyone, a way of thinking that makes you always feel you are not enough. My beloved child, perhaps you are trying to provide for too many people to the point of exhausting yourself. I want you to learn to help others within your ability. Love does not mean you have to destroy yourself to meet every demand. There are times you need to say, "I really want to help, but currently I cannot." That is not selfishness. That is honesty, my child. If you are in debt, do not let shame make you run away. Look straight at it, write it down, research, make a plan. If needed, find a trustworthy person with appropriate knowledge to review it with you. Item by item, step by step. No need to resolve everything in one day. An item handled is still better than an item avoided. My beloved child, I want you to also learn to say, "I do not need to live like others." Others may have new cars. You do not need to yet. Others may travel a lot. You do not need to yet. Others may live in a large house. You do not need to yet. Others may buy things you cannot yet afford. It's okay. Your journey is not a competition. You do not lose just because you are living more simply. You do not fail just because you have to save. You are not of less value just because your income is lower than others, my child. Perhaps a season of simple living will teach you things that a season of abundance cannot teach. It teaches you what is truly necessary. It teaches you who is genuine. It teaches you patience. It teaches you gratitude. It teaches you to use money as a tool instead of letting money control you. My beloved child, if you are in such a season, write Amen. Say, Lord, please grant me the wisdom to manage what you have entrusted to me. Please help me know what to keep, what to let go of, and what to change. Let that prayer become an action. After praying, do a specific thing. Review an expense, cancel an unnecessary item, set a small savings goal, look into a skill, update your resume, talk to someone who can give you reliable advice. Pray and then walk, my child. If these messages are helping you find peace again amidst life's pressures, follow the channel and turn on notifications. But remember, I do not want you to only seek a promise that money will appear. I want you to seek wisdom to know what you must do. Because perhaps what you need most in this season is not a miracle making everything disappear in one night. Perhaps you need a calm mind, a clear plan, a right decision, a new skill, a suitable opportunity, a trustworthy person, and a heart no longer controlled by fear. My beloved child, remember this. You cannot control everything, but you can control how you react. You can choose not to panic. You can choose not to compare. You can choose not to spend money just to be acknowledged. You can choose to work faithfully. You can choose to learn. You can choose to pray. You can choose to trust. And each of those small choices can take you in a new direction. My child, I want you to step into this season not with the mindset, I must resolve everything immediately, but rather, I will do the next right thing. One step, then another step. I am with you in each of those steps. And in the next part, I want to talk to you about a deeper thing. How can you still maintain gratitude, generosity, and faith even when you yourself are having to face lack? My beloved child, stay with me. I haven't finished speaking yet. My beloved child, there is one thing I want you to understand very deeply in this season. You are asking me to change your circumstances. I understand. You want your income to be more sufficient. You want the bills you must pay to become lighter. You want an emergency fund. You want to no longer look at every bill with anxiety. Those desires are not wrong, but while you are waiting for a change, I want to teach you how to be faithful with what is currently in your hands. Because sometimes you look at what you lack for so long that you no longer see what you have. My child, you might not have much, but you still have something. A source of income, even if not yet enough. A skill, a job, your strength. A relationship, an opportunity to learn. Someone who can give you advice. A new day, an ability to start over. And above all, you still have me. My beloved child, do not despise the small things. There are people praying for an opportunity that you have. There are people wishing to do the job that you are doing. There are people wishing they had a skill that you already possess. There are people only wishing for someone to call when they are in difficulty. Therefore, I do not want you to look at what you have with disdain just because it is not yet big enough. Be grateful, but remember, being grateful does not mean you must stop growing. You can be grateful for your current job and still seek a better one. You can be grateful for your current income and still learn how to increase it. You can be grateful for your current house and still save for the future. You can be grateful for life today and still have dreams for tomorrow. Gratitude and moving forward can coexist, my child. I want you to learn to manage money not out of fear but with awareness. When money comes, do not rush to think, finally, I can buy all the things I want. Stop, ask. What truly needs to be prioritized? Money for essential needs. Money for responsibilities. Money to handle important obligations. Money to save if circumstances allow, and a portion for things that bring true value. It does not need to be perfect. No need to do everything at once. Just start being intentional. My beloved child, I know sometimes you spend, not because you need that item. You spend because you are tired, because you are sad, because you want to reward yourself, because you see others having it, because you want to feel that you are also moving forward. I do not condemn you. I want you to understand yourself, because if you do not recognize the emotion behind a decision, you might keep repeating it. There are times what you truly need is not a new item. You need rest. You need a conversation. You need to be listened to. You need to pray. You need a quiet moment. Do not use money to try and heal voids that money cannot heal. My child, I also want you to learn to say, enough. Enough with certain things. Enough with chasing after others. Enough with buying to be recognized. Enough with trying to prove yourself. Enough with endless comparisons. Because if you always think, just a little more and I will be happy, then one day when you have more, you will still want more. Happiness cannot be built only by continuously possessing more. Peace needs a deeper foundation. My beloved child, I want you to also learn to be content without becoming passive. Those two things are different. Contentment means you are grateful for what you have. Passivity means you refuse to do what you can do. I do not want you to say, God will take care of everything, and then refuse to look for a job, refuse to learn, refuse to manage your spending, and refuse to take responsibility. Pray, then act. Ask for wisdom, then use that wisdom. Ask for an opportunity, then prepare to receive the opportunity. Faith is not sitting still. Faith can make you stand up. My child, if you have a skill you haven't developed, learn more. If your current job is no longer suitable, calmly explore other options. If you have the ability to do something extra that is legal and suitable for your circumstances, consider it, but do not let desperation make you believe in promises that are too easy. If someone tells you, you will definitely earn this amount, you cannot lose. Just put money in and you will be rich. Be cautious. Not every door that looks like an opportunity is a door you should step through. My beloved child, I want you to have the wisdom to recognize what is real. Do not let greed speak. Do not let fear speak. Do not let comparison speak. Let peace and clarity guide you. My child, there is something else I want to teach you. Do not be ashamed to receive legitimate help. Perhaps you are used to always being the giver. You do not want to become a burden. You do not want anyone to know you are struggling. But sometimes humility is not only giving. Humility is also knowing how to receive. If family can help you during a difficult phase, be honest. If a trustworthy friend can give you advice, listen. If you need professional support, seek it. Not every burden has to be carried alone. My beloved child, and when you receive help, do not let shame turn it into an inferiority complex. Turn it into gratitude. Someday when you are more capable, you can become the person who helps others. What you receive today can become what you give tomorrow. My child, I also want you to learn to be generous, even when you do not have much. But hear me very carefully. Giving generosity does not mean giving to the point where you cannot meet your own essential needs. You do not need to prove your faith by exhausting yourself. You do not need to give out of fear. that if you don't, I will not bless you. Give with love and wisdom. A word of encouragement is also a gift. A meal you share within your means is also a gift. Time you spend with someone lonely is also a gift. A kind act does not necessarily have to hold great monetary value. Love is not measured by the amount of money you spend. My beloved child, if you are worried that you do not have enough to help anyone else, remember, you can still give your presence, give time, give kindness, give a prayer, give a smile, give a helping hand. Sometimes what a person needs most is not money. They need to know that they are not left alone. My child, I want you to also know how to care for yourself. Do not take on too many responsibilities just to please everyone. Do not borrow money just because you fear others will be disappointed. Do not spend beyond your means just to maintain an image. Do not take on a burden that does not belong to you just because you do not know how to say no. Boundaries are also wisdom. My beloved child, perhaps you are stepping through a season where I want you to relearn how to live simply. Not a life poor in hope, but a life richer in the truly important things. Less comparison, less showing off, less emotional shopping, more gratitude, more prayer, more time with family, more mindfulness, more peace. That can also be a season of maturity. My child, if these words are touching your heart, write amen. Say, Lord, please teach me to manage well what you have entrusted to me. Please help me not to waste out of emotion, not to consume out of comparison, and not to make decisions out of fear. And if you want to continue accompanying messages of faith, finances, peace, and life, follow the channel and turn on notifications. But after that, do something specific. Open a piece of paper. Write down what I have, then what I need, then what I can change, and finally, what I need to hand over to God. Do not do this to blame yourself. Do it to see clearly. My beloved child, I want you to step out of ambiguity. When everything is just in your head, it can become scarier. But when you write it down, you can begin to see every step, an expense, a decision, a habit, an opportunity, a conversation. Step by step, my child. Perhaps you haven't seen a financial miracle yet. Perhaps your income hasn't changed. Perhaps the bills are still there, but you can start changing how you face them. From panic to calm, from avoidance to facing them, from comparison to gratitude, from emotional spending to discipline, from despair to hope, from only praying for an outcome to seeking wisdom. That is a very great change, my beloved child. I do not want you to live only to earn money. I want you to earn money to serve meaningful things, care for family, meet needs, build the future, help others within your means, and have a peaceful life before me. Money has its place, but money must not sit on the throne of your heart. My child, remember this as you step into the coming days. You might be lacking money, but you do not lack value. You might not have abundance yet, but you do not lack hope. You might not know how tomorrow will be, but you can still walk today. And you might not have seen the solution yet, but you can still seek it with wisdom, my beloved child. In the next part, I want to take you back to stories in the Bible, where people also faced lack, waiting, and things they could not control themselves. I want you to see that a difficult season does not necessarily have to become a meaningless season. Stay, I still have more. I want to tell you, my beloved child. Now, I want you to look back at the Bible with different eyes. Not so you think that everyone who believes in me will immediately become rich. Not so you wait for a financial miracle exactly the way you want, but so you understand something deeper. Those who walked with me also went through seasons of lack, waiting, and not knowing what tomorrow would bring. But difficulty does not mean I abandoned them, and I also do not abandon you. My child, remember the widow in Zarephath. When the prophet Elijah met her, she only had a little flour and a little oil, not a full storehouse of food, not a large savings account, just a very small remaining portion. I want you to see this. I do not despise the little. Humans often look at quantity. I look at the heart and how you use what you have. Perhaps today you are also thinking, I have too little. I do not have enough. I do not know what to do. But my child, do not hastily conclude that the little in your hands is meaningless. A small sum of money can still be managed wisely. A small skill can still be developed. A small opportunity can still become experience. A small step can still move you forward. Do not despise the small things, my beloved child. But I also want you to understand correctly, that story is not a promise that if you believe in me, money will naturally appear. Faith is not a formula to get rich. I do not want you to place your hope in a specific financial miracle and then be disappointed if it does not happen the way you expect. What I want you to learn is, in lack, you can still live by faith, faithfulness, and wisdom. My child, remember Joseph. He went through days when it seemed his life was going backward, sold, taken far away, falsely accused, imprisoned. There were times he could not see the future, but I did not abandon him, and in those years, he remained faithful with what was in front of him. My beloved child, perhaps you are also asking, why does my life keep slowing down? Why isn't my job better yet? Why isn't my income enough? Why are others moving forward while I am still trying? My child, do not call a season of preparation a season of failure just because you haven't seen the results. Joseph could not see the whole story when he was in prison. He could only be faithful with that day. You are the same. You do not need to know the entire future. You only need to do the next step well. Work with faithfulness. Learn what needs to be learned. Manage what you have. Seek opportunities. Pray. And keep walking. My child, I also want you to remember Jesus' teachings about worry. He reminds you to look at the birds of the sky and the flowers of the field, not so you become careless, but so you understand that worrying cannot resolve tomorrow on its own. You can stay awake all night calculating, but worry does not make bills disappear. It also does not automatically increase income, and sometimes it makes you too tired to see the things you can do. My beloved child, when worry comes, stop. Say, Lord, I am worrying, but I do not want worry to control me. Please show me the next wise step. If that is also your prayer, write Amen. Let Amen become a decision. You will not give up. You will not let lack make you bitter. You will not let comparison make you despair. You will not let fear cause you to make hasty decisions. My child, I do not promise that you will never face financial difficulties, but I want you to know that a difficult season cannot determine your entire life. You can still grow, still learn, still seek opportunities, still love your family, still maintain integrity, still have hope, and still have peace. My beloved child, if these words are lifting you up, follow the channel and turn on notifications to continue accompanying in messages of faith, hope, and my presence. But remember what I want you to carry with you. Be faithful with what you have. Be wise with what is entrusted to you. Act in what you can do, and hand over to me what you cannot control. My child, perhaps today you only have a little, but ask, what good can I do with this little bit? Do not only ask, when will I have more? Ask, what kind of person am I becoming in this season? Because one day, when you look back, you might realize that the difficult season did not only teach you how to earn money, it taught you how to live, how to be content, how to manage, how to be patient, how to trust, how to pray, how to stand up, and most importantly, how to realize that your value has never resided in the amount of money you earn. My beloved child, in the next part, I want you to not only listen anymore, I want you to respond with faith. I want you to put the fear down. Tell me what you are truly worried about, and then together with me, choose a small step to begin changing. Stay with me. I still have a very important thing I want to tell you. My beloved child, now, put the numbers down for a moment. Put the bills down. Put the unresolved questions down. Not so you avoid them, but so you remember. One thing, you are not the problems you are facing. You are going through a difficult season. But you are not that difficult season. You are having financial pressure, but you are not those debts. Your income may not be enough, but that does not make you a failure. I know you are trying. I know the days you work a lot, but still worry about tomorrow. I know the nights you lie down and your mind is still calculating. I know you want to care for your family, but sometimes wonder how much longer you can continue. My child, I do not want you to live in that fear forever. Money is important. Responsibilities are also important. You need to work, need to plan, and need to manage what you have. But money must not become the master of your heart. Do not let your account balance decide whether you have peace today or not. A bill is not a sentence for the future. A difficult month is not your entire life. A lost opportunity does not mean all doors are closed, my beloved child. If you are hearing these words and know that I am touching your very circumstance, write Amen. Say, Lord, I am worried, but I do not want fear to control me. After that, choose a small step. If you do not know where your money is going, record it. If there is an unnecessary expense, review it. If you need to increase your income, explore a suitable opportunity. If you need to learn more, start. If you have debt, face it instead of avoiding it. If you need advice, find a trustworthy person. Just one step. You do not need to solve the entire future in one day. My child, do not blame yourself for past mistakes. Perhaps you spent money wrongly. Perhaps you trusted the wrong person. Perhaps you missed an opportunity. Learn from it. Do not turn a mistake into a life sentence. You cannot change yesterday, but you can live more wisely today. My beloved child, I also want you to not forget your family because of financial pressure. Do not let earning money take up all your time. A meal together, a conversation, a hug, a prayer, those things also have value. You can earn money back, but time that has passed cannot be retrieved intact. Therefore, find a balance. Work, save, plan, but also live. My child, if you are looking for a new job or an opportunity to increase your income, walk with wisdom, not desperation. Do not believe every promise of getting rich quick. Do not put what you have into what you do not understand. Do not let fear cause you to make hasty decisions. Not every door that opens is a door you need to step through. Pray, think, verify, seek trustworthy advice, then step forward. My beloved child, If you are carrying a financial worry that you have never told anyone, tell me, Lord, you know what I am worrying about. Please grant me the wisdom to manage what I have, the strength to do what I can, and the peace to hand over to you what I cannot control. If that is your prayer, amen, my child. Remember, you might be lacking money, but you do not lack value. You might not have abundance yet, but you do not lack hope. You might not know how tomorrow will be, but today you can still walk. I am with you. If these messages are helping you find your faith and peace again, follow the channel and turn on notifications to continue accompanying me. But after listening, live what you just heard. Do not only pray, walk. Do not only hope, act. Do not only worry, trust. And if you can only do one thing, do the next right thing. My beloved child, you might not have abundance yet. You might still have bills. You might still not see the answer, but you can still say, I will not give up, because this season is not your whole story. I am with you. I have never abandoned you. Keep walking. Hold on to hope, hold on to faith, and hold on to peace. I love you. Amen, my beloved child. Now be quiet for a moment. No need to calculate. No need to open your phone to check your account. No need to immediately think of the next bill. Just be here, with me. Breathe very slowly. I know you are tired. I know you have tried. I know there are days you work a lot, but in the end still ask yourself, why do I still not have enough? I know the nights you lie down, but your mind is still running. I know the times you look at the people you love and worry that you haven't been able to give them what you desire. But my beloved child, listen to me. Your income might not be enough, but your value is not lacking. Your account might not be large, but your hope does not need to be exhausted. You might not have an answer yet, but you can still have peace. My child, I do not want you to leave this message thinking that tomorrow all your financial problems will definitely disappear. I want you to carry something deeper. You do not need to know the entire future to keep walking today. If tomorrow you need to work, do it with faithfulness. If you need to find a new opportunity, find it with wisdom. If you need to learn a skill, begin. If you need to adjust your spending, do it. If you need help, find a trustworthy person. And if there are things you cannot control, hand them to me, my beloved child. If these words are touching your circumstances, write amen. Say, Lord, I do not know how tomorrow will be, but today I choose to trust you. Let amen be a reminder that you will not let financial fear control your life. My child, when this video ends, do a small task. Take a piece of paper. Write down one thing you can change: an expense, a plan, a skill, an opportunity, a conversation, a step in your work. Just one thing. Do not try to solve your whole life in one day. One step today, then another step tomorrow. My beloved child, perhaps later you will look back at this difficult season and realize it taught you many things. It taught you contentment, taught you management, taught you patience, taught you not to compare, taught you how to pray, taught you how to receive help, taught you to understand that your value does not lie in your salary. And above all, it taught you that you do not go through difficult days alone. I am with you when you go to work. I am with you when you calculate the bills to pay. I am with you in the nights you worry. I am with you when you look for a better job. I am with you when you relearn how to manage life. My child, I do not promise that you will never face difficulties, but I want you to hold on to faith, hope, and peace while you do your part. Work, learn, save when possible. Plan, seek help when needed, pray. And do not let money become the measure of who you are. You are greater than numbers. My beloved child, now pray with me. Lord, you know the financial pressures I am carrying. Please grant me the wisdom to manage what I have, the strength to do what I can, and the peace to hand over to you the things I cannot yet control. Please keep my heart from fear, from despair, and from hasty decisions. Please help me continue to walk with faith and hope. If that is your prayer, Amen, my beloved child. If you want to continue accompanying messages of faith, peace, hope, and life, follow the channel and turn on notifications. But after listening, live what you just heard. Do not only pray, walk. Do not only hope, act. Do not only worry, trust. And if today you can only do one thing, do the next right thing. My beloved child, you might not have abundance yet. You might still have bills. You might still not see the answer, but you can still say, I will not give up. Because this season is not your whole story. I am with you. I have never abandoned you. Keep walking. Hold on to hope. Hold on to faith, and hold on to peace. I love you, Amen.